For the 1980 model year, Lincoln rolled out a new Continental Mark. This would be the Mark VI, and it was a much smaller car than the cars that had preceded it. This would also be the first completely new redesign of the Mark since 1972. Now, it was announced well in advance of this car's arrival. The thought there was it would give Mark buyers a chance to take a look at this car and maybe accept it. Not only that, they added a four-door sedan to the lineup, and that was also new. In 1979, Lincoln sold 75,000 Continental Mark Vs, and they had sold 70,000 plus Mark Vs pretty much every year of its existence. Now, in 1979, we also went through our second gas crunch within the decade. The price of a barrel of crude oil more than doubled, and this caused long lines at gas stations. Many states went to rationing. The question is, was this new, smaller, more efficient Continental Mark VI going to be accepted by America's luxury car buyers? In today's video, we're going to take a good look at the Continental Mark VI, and we'll try to answer that question at the end of the video.
From the very beginning, Continental Mark has been one of the highest forms of automotive expression. Through the years, its essence has remained unmistakably Mark. Now there's a new Mark. The 1980 Continental Mark VI, with Mark originality in its styling and the craftsmanship you've come to expect in such an automobile. Inside you'll find even more room than last year, and new, timely technology like an instrument panel that actually articulates, an electronic brain that manages 5 separate engine functions, and a new automatic overdrive transmission. And for 1980, there's a remarkable 41% improvement in EPA estimated miles per gallon over last year. And now, there's yet another new Mark. Introducing the Mark VI 4-door. Continental Mark VI, 4-door and 2-door. Both unmistakably Mark.
Introduced in September of 1979 as a 1980 model, the new Mark VI was based on the Ford Panther platform. Its length was reduced by 14 inches, and it shed roughly 800 pounds in total weight. Lincoln also added a 4-door to the Mark VI lineup. The 2- and 4-door models were built on 2 different wheelbases. The 2-door rode on a 114-inch wheelbase, while the 4-door was 3 inches longer. Many of the styling cues from the Mark V were carried over to the Mark VI. The Rolls-Royce style grille, the long hood short deck look, the faux spare tire bump on the deck lid, and the hideaway headlamps all returned. However, this car was shorter, and the size of the passenger compartment remained in line with the Mark V. That led to more of an upright angle for the front and rear windshields. The rear quarter panels became taller in an effort to retain a large cargo space, as this allowed the trunk to become deeper. The louvers mounted to the front fenders just behind the wheels returned, as did the Landau window. The rear of the car featured the same wraparound brake/turn signal indicator lamps, which were integrated into the quarter panel, and the backup lights were integrated to the rear bumper. The powertrain lineup changed considerably. The 460 cubic inch engine was no longer available. The standard engine became the 140 horsepower 5.0 liter Windsor V8. This was the first Ford engine offered with a throttle body fuel injector, and it put down 231 pound-feet of torque. The only optional engine was the 140 horsepower 5.8 liter Windsor V8, which was fed by an electronically controlled 2-barrel carburetor. This motor put down 265 pound-feet of torque. Both engines were matched to Ford's 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission. The standard features list for the Mark VI was extensive. The exterior featured clear coat paint, a vinyl padded roof, opera windows, a stand-up hood ornament, concealed halogen quad headlamps, cornering lamps, a left-hand remote mirror, premium body side molding, luxury wheel covers, a deck lid lock cover, bumper rub strips and front bumper guards, wide bright rocker panel, and wheel lip moldings. On the interior, the Mark VI offered a standard electronic instrument cluster with the message center, twin comfort lounge seats, a driver's 6-way power seat, visor vanity mirrors, front and rear fold-down armrests, 18-ounce cut pile carpeting, full-length dorm armrests, a simulated rosewood applique instrument panel, an electronic AM/FM stereo with a power antenna, courtesy lighting in the glove box, trunk, ashtrays, and engine compartment, retractable coat hooks, and the luggage compartment was fully lined. Functional items included white wall Michelin tires, automatic temperature control, tinted glass, power steering, brakes, and windows, including the vent window. Popular standalone options included dual 6-way power seats, leather trim seats, speed control, a power moonroof, spoke aluminum wheels, an AM/FM stereo with an 8-track tape player or cassette deck, a 40-channel remote CB radio, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, tilt wheel, a remote deck lid release, power locks, an automatic garage door opener, illuminated vanity mirrors, the auto lamp on-off delay, a full-size spare, the trailer towing package, a heavy-duty suspension, and a traction lock rear axle. Really, none of this mattered as most Mark VI owners opted for either the Signature Series or one of the Designer Series. The Signature Series was available for both the coupe and sedan. It included nearly every available feature as standard equipment. The Signature Mark VI was offered in burgundy or silver paint and a red interior only. The MSRP for the Signature Coupe was $20,940 in 1980, or roughly $90,000 in 2025 money. Designer editions returned with fashion designers such as Bill Blass, Givenchy, Pucci, and the jeweler Cartier. Each designer presented their version of the Mark VI with a color-coordinated interior and exterior. This included some additional equipment over the standard trim Mark VI. The automotive press had mixed reviews. Most found the new Mark VI handled and braked much better than the previous versions. However, they felt its proportions seemed off and that the Mark V lines didn't translate well in this new smaller version. The American buying public seemed to agree. Sales were down for the Mark, with Lincoln dealers delivering 38,991 Mark VIs for the 1980 model year.
The qualities of advanced design can be consistently found among today's most desired possessions. These qualities are unmistakable in the Continental Mark VI for 1981. There are other fine automobiles, but there is only one Mark.
1981 brought a few changes to the Mark VI. The 5.8-liter engine was dropped as a powertrain option, leaving the fuel-injected 5.0-liter as the sole power plant. Power locks and the remote deck lid release were now standard features. The Signature Series added black and white exterior paint colors as options at the mid-year. There were no other changes of note. Lincoln dealers delivered 36,398 Mark VIs for the 1981 model year. 1982 was almost a complete carryover year for the Mark VI. The Signature Series was now available in any color combination Lincoln offered. The Designer Series was revised as well, with Cartier no longer being offered on the Mark VI as it was moved to the town car. The Pucci was only available on the four-door sedan, giving the Bill Blass and Givenchy editions offered only on the coupes. Sales of the Mark VI dropped again, with Lincoln dealers delivering 26,336 Mark VIs for the 1982 model year.
When I was a struggling young actor, I worked as an understudy at a theater in Detroit. Had a day job there too, helping put together Lincolns. Even back then, Lincoln had a commitment to quality. And now, in the 1983 Mark VI, that commitment still is there. The Lincoln is literally building the highest quality luxury cars made in America. You don't have to go outside this country to find quality in a luxury car. It's right here, right now, at your Lincoln Mercury dealer.
1983 was another carryover year for the Mark VI. The Givenchy edition was shifted to the Continental and was no longer available in the Mark VI. The Pucci sedan and Bill Blass coupe were the only remaining Designer Series until the mid-year when a Pucci edition coupe was introduced. Sales saw a slight increase, with Lincoln dealers delivering 30,856 Mark VIs for the 1983 model year. So there you have it. The luxury car buyer that purchased the Mark V just didn't adopt the Mark VI. I would point to how the car looks. The automotive press pointed that out when the car was introduced. The proportions just looked wrong. Lincoln tried to take the Mark V and squeeze it down, and it just didn't look right. It was off. In a luxury car buyer, the appearance of a vehicle is what they're looking for. When they roll up to the country club, they want to look like they've arrived.
Yeah, kid, park my car, get my bags, and put on some weight, will you? Hey, Wang, what's with the pictures? It's a parking lot. Come on, will you?
Yes, the Mark VI got 41% better fuel economy The thing is, if you're going to spend the equivalent of what would be $90,000 today on a car, you probably really don't care what the price of gas is all that much. Now, in 1984, Lincoln came out with the Continental Mark VII, and that was a complete departure from the Mark VI. There was no four-door, and they also went to a more sporty car. It had more of a sport luxury kind of feel to it. If you're interested in the Mark VII, I made a video about those cars. You can check that out right over here. Now, if you like this video, please click the like button. That helps get it shared with others. Also, consider subscribing. I have a lot of content like this on the channel. I want to put a playlist over here. It covers a lot of the Lincoln Mark series. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Till next time, we'll see you.